Okay, fine. I think we are live now. Miles, it's nice to have you, big guy.
It's great to be here. Happy anniversary.
Oh, thank you. This is going to be fun today. I just want to, hey, this is a 48th year of the DH. To me, this is a very, very special day in my life in the history of baseball. 50% of the people hate it. 50% of the people love it. And we're going to talk about it. You are a National League fiend, okay?
Yes,
And, I don't know, seriously, I don't know if you like it or if you dislike it, but we're going to talk about it. But I wanted to let you know, but first, I just want to say thank you, fans. I'm totally out of my books. I sold 350 books in just a little bit over a week. If you have not received the book yet, I got another order that should be in the next 4, 5, 6 days. I promise to you, I'll get them out to you. So if you want to purchase the book, I'm just getting, to be honest with you, they just sent me 100 books this time because all the retail shops, and they have sold. It's their #1 book. This is the #1 baseball book this year. And it's been great and it's been fun. And Miles,
yeah.
I want to talk to you now. Okay. This is a 48th year of Major League being the DH. Now, being a National League, being a New York Met guy,
right? Do
you like it or you dislike it?
My stance on the designated hitter has changed over the years. Now, diehard National League fan, diehard Mets fan. I mean, I've got a great memorabilia collection, so I like all baseball. But you know what? I'm a little mixed now, where I was completely against it for most of my life. I'm 54, going on another number soon. And I've always loved the strategy of the National League. The pitcher comes up, you bunt over, you sacrifice, you play a little bit of small ball. I loved it. I was a small ball player when I was able to play through high school and such. I was a fantastic bunter. I did Mets fantasy camp, and John Stern yells at me for bunting. You don't spend $5,000 to bunt. I said, hey, I'm getting on base. I'm helping my team. That's what I like to do. And who doesn't like seeing guys like Bartolo Colon hit home runs? I mean, swinging the bat as hard as he can. His helmet's falling off. The ball goes over the fence. Jacob deGrom home runs. Syndergaard had 2 home run game once. I love that. But I do understand you get more offense. And sometimes the pitchers, they just can't hit. Some of them, many of them nowadays. So my stance has definitely changed. I would not oppose it if the National League went full-time with it. I mean, it would take me a little while to completely get on board. I know they used it last summer, and it was interesting. We had much more offense. The Mets, to be honest, had the best batting average in baseball last year. Granted, they didn't show up in the end results. So I would not be against it. But again, as a diehard National League fan, it's taken me 48 years to get on board with this. So, things have changed for me.
Well, you have to really look at it. Okay, I did not see it, but I was at the gym today. Okay, I was at the gym today, and everybody's talking about the guy from the Angels.
Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah. The guy throws 100, plus he hits 500-foot home runs. But, he's once in a lifetime guy. But now you have to look at a guy that if he pitches and if he gets hurt, he's going to lose basically. He's not going to be able to hit also.
Right.
So, the DH, I love it. I think the DH has created a lot of stuff. For me, it's made my afterlife out of baseball. It's been fun, to be honest with you.
Sure.
With my book that came out, even though I've done it about Thurman being the DH as of today, I have done already 6 interviews already today with ESPN,
Yep.
Fox, other broadcasts, and it's been fun. And I have such such great time doing this, and doing this Facebook and social media, get to meet so many great fans. I love doing this. Okay. Now, let me ask you a question now.
Sure.
I'm at the gym this morning, and baseball is it's big down in Atlanta now. You have to look at, because of all, about East Cobb baseball. Baseball in Atlanta is very, very big in the younger ages, okay? Now, I'm doing my exercises and stretching, and I'm listening to fathers talking about, their kids are struggling a little bit. They're not hitting the ball well. They're not throwing strikes. They have spent thousands of dollars for pitching lessons and hitting lessons. And I'm listening to this, and I'm saying, and if anybody ever asked me, what should my kid do? First thing I said, let them have fun. If you have it, you have it. That's the bottom line to it. You could teach somebody, but but these parents are living their life through their kids. Now, if these kids are struggling, and these kids are struggling hitting and throwing, and mom and dad are paying so much money, and they pressuring all these kids because I'm giving you, I'm doing this for you and this for you, and you're not hitting the ball. Right. What do you say? Okay, now the kids are struggling right off the bat. They're getting it from their parents. They're probably getting it from their coaches. What do you say to the kids? What do you say to them?
Well, first, I have to admit that I'm guilty of that as well. I've given my son, a lot of opportunities in terms of lessons, catching lessons, hitting lessons, fielding lessons, all that kind of stuff. And there have definitely been moments in my life where I made mistakes. I'm still a dad, and I cannot be objective with my own son. Over the summertime, this past summer, he struggled hitting. And what got me when he struggled was he was changing his batting stance, his approach every single at bat. And I got so upset with him. I'm like, we're paying all this money for you to learn a swing, and you're changing it every at bat. What are we doing here? That's a little bit different than what you're talking about. What you're talking about is, kids who just aren't performing, and then the parents get in their faces and yell and scream at them. And why'd you swing at this pitch? Or why aren't you doing this? Or why aren't you doing that? And it's very, very difficult, especially with kids, because obviously as a kid, you want your parents' approval. You want to please your parents. That's just who we are. We want our parents to, obviously we know we assume our parents love us, but we want to do right by them. When the parents, however, take it to the extra, go the extra step and really berate a kid for not performing, you're doing a disservice to the kid, like you're suggesting. So what do the kids do? Well, it's not that easy, but we have to teach the kids to kind of tune that out, to be honest. And going back to what you said, it's about having fun. It's a game. And like yourself, you had an opportunity to play a kid's game as an adult, and you've made a great career out of it. But most people aren't going to be that fortunate. Let the kids be kids. Let them enjoy themselves. So if you're a kid and you're getting berated from your father or your mother or your coach because you're not performing the way we expected because, we spent all this money, again, learn to let it, let this stuff roll off your shoulders like water rolls off a duck's back. I would teach the kids to focus on the things that they can control when they're playing. You can't control your parents. I used to tell my son when he was much younger, if I'm yelling at you, I'm going to yell. You can't stop me. Your job is to ignore me when you're playing, okay? I'm not on the field. You're on the field. You do what you can do the best you can do it, okay? Focus on the things you can control out there, your attention, your focus, your breathing, your effort. You can't control the parent. We are going to be lunatics because that's just who we are, okay? We're lunatics. So as a kid, the best thing is focus on what you can control. try and enjoy what you're doing, maybe set some goals for every game, instead of saying things like, don't swing and miss or don't strike out. By the way, the mind doesn't process the word don't very well. I'll give you an example. Have you ever gone to a restaurant and the waiter or waitress says, don't touch hot plate? And what do we all do? We touch the plate. Why? We're being jokesters, but the mind just doesn't doesn't understand the word don't very well. So instead of saying, don't swing at bad pitches, don't strike out, say, make hard contact, drive the ball, things like that. Make it more of a positive spin, something more controllable. And there's so many other things that you can do too. If a kid has a passion to play, okay, it's going to come out. If you're a parent and you're berating your kid, you can ruin that passion. So I think parents also need to be educated on their behaviors, what they do, and how much pressure they put on kids. Again, they're kids, and I don't care if they're 6 or 16; they're still kids, and they need to enjoy themselves.
Miles, you look at what this in the last little bit over a year, people are just so anxious to watch baseball.
Oh yeah.
I think, to me personally, baseball is the greatest game in the world. You as a Met fan, okay, I'm as a Yankee guy, okay. I think we still were in the best city in the world to play, New York, the greatest fans in the world. Yes. Okay, they know everything. They sit down and they keep score, where these other ballparks, they're on their phones, they're on their, they texting, but the Yankee fans and the Met fans, they watch the games, they understand the games. And after the games, they talk about the games. With this Facebook that I have, even though that there's like 4 or 5 games in the season, they're talking about this person and this person, and it's wonderful. It's great. I feel like, we're coming out of this misery period, really a terrible part of our lives. And it's hopefully it's we're losing it. Now we're coming and we're talking about the greatest sport in the world. And it's been so much fun. And, and just to listen to this, Miles, and, we got like 2 minutes. What I want to do, Miles, I want to show the people what I am doing for my main man, Thurman. Okay. Of course, the book, The Captain and Me. Can you see it?
I do. It looks great.
You see it?
A little bit. Yeah, it's awesome. It looks great.
You see that? Okay, wait a second. Okay. And Thurman Dormy.
I got it. I see it. Excellent.
He's going to, I'm wearing this. If I'm going to be at the stadium this year, I'm going to put it on. I'm going to wear it. I'm going to get him every opportunity to reach the Hall of Fame. I'm going to do everything I can. Miles, I'm going to do everything. And you know what? It's I'm having so much fun, and I know you are. I call you up, and Dylan, your son, is hitting the ball extremely well. It's been fun for you. In the next, few months after high school, he's going to be in college. He's going to be playing college baseball.
Excuse me, Ron. In the 1 minute remaining, why don't you talk about tonight's show?
Okay, tonight's show. We got 1 minute. You got to watch this show tonight. It's Louis Tiant. It's Louis Tiant and Larry Heisel, 2 great ball players. And it's going to be really fun because listening to Louis and Larry are wonderful people to listen to. Hey, fans, you got to listen to tonight. It's going to be wonderful. Miles, thanks for being on today. Fans, watch the Yankee and the Orioles and the Mets are playing tonight also, I guess. And yeah, we will see y'all tonight at 8 o'clock. Miles, Lenny, myself,